可呀，就这样吧。Okay, here is our showroom. Today we talk about some machines in our showroom. First of all is the soft spray chambers. It's got heating and temperature and drying and salt spray functions. This one is 1 cubic meter in size, and the material is made from fiberglass. It's not a normal PP material, which means the cost is a little bit high. And you can see here is the air coming out from the two fans, and there is the temperature and the humidity sensor. Here is the water spray nozzle, and at the bottom there's a little, looks like a little water tank which got a heater on, but right now we haven't put it. And here is where you release the soft spray. We'll finish the testing. Most of the soft spray chambers is made with the PLD touch panel, which means you just press the power, then the machine will be on. Then it's got alarm. The red light on will be machine will start running, means it's running. The yellow is the machine standby, and the red light on will be alarming. You will have all the alarm information on the user manual. And this one's the liquid is mixed outside of the chamber, which is here. And this one next to it is the normal chamber. You can see from the control panel, it's all button. This control panel is cheaper than the touch panel type. But of course, we can make the touch panel instead of the button type. And you can see inside, it's got sample racks. You put all the little samples inside, in between. Here is the soft spray tower. The salt mist coming out from here, then from until all over the area. This little socket space is for consolidate all the used air, all the used mist. Then it's got a little tank which show outside. You can see the volume per minute, per hour. And of course it will showing on the panel. And here is a cupboard which we put all the instruments, little instruments here. I will not go through all the details. We just go through, check quickly because we have other machines to talk about. Now we come to thermal shock machine. This one is a 2-zone shock machine. You can see the alarm, on-site alarm, red, yellow, green color. And open it. Then we see the basket. You see the tray, and we will move the basket from top to bottom. Bottom is the heating chamber, top is the cold chamber, or you can call it a cooling chamber. Here is the testing hole, where you can put the wire here, then your sample can be connected to power. You have to leave some wire distance because the basket will be going up and down. And this one is test sample, has to move, say from top chamber to bottom chamber. But the 3-zone chamber thermal shock, they do not move the samples. And here is the bottom, the heating part. Here the sensor is here on the side. It will sense the temperature, then link to the panel, link to the control. Then the control adjusts the setting temperature. Okay, here is also a 7-inch touch panel, like this. Only have power and emergency stop, always. Then this one next to it is the 1,000 liter or you can say 1 cubic meter humidity chamber, or you call it climate chamber, or you call it environmental climate chamber, or test chamber with temperature and humidity. No other functions, only temperature and humidity. Here, it looks like the same with the thermal shock. And the temperature range will be from below 70 until 180 or 150. And they are using the same sensor for temperature and humidity. And the same hole, tester hole, which is 50 millimeter in diameter. And the sample racks, you can put as many. Okay, normally standard sample rack is 2, but if your sample is very small in size, for example, this one is a 1 cubic meter, you can put other racks, and we charge for extra racks. And all the door, all the handle is opening, closing like this with one hand. Here, we have the light on top here. You can see the light on top here. We do not put the light inside the chamber, only on the door. So you can see what is inside. You switch on, switch off by controlling the touch panel. Only have power and emergency stop. All the other functions is controlled on the panel. Then you have the alarm system. Then this one is the dust chamber. Well, I do not know how big size is this one, but it's okay. This one is how it looks inside. Okay. There are 2 types of the dust. One is blowing up from the bottom. One is blowing up from the top. So, but this one, we made it blowing from the top. So the hot air from the top, and the dust also from the top. And here is the temperature sensor, and it's got a light on it. So after finishing the testing, you have to wait until the machine, wait until 30 minutes, until the dust all settle down on the below. You can see there's a very fine net, which will go through the dust. Dust goes through the net. It's like the big bottom, the big part, big size will go on top. Then you can remove it. And here also you can remove. It's movable. It's not fixed. And what is this tube for? You can have a little guess. Depends on what test you are running. Some customer using vacuum function. This part is for vacuum, which means your machine need to be vacuumed during testing or after testing, before testing. So you test all the dust, whether will be going inside the sample or not. Some customers do not need the vacuum. The vacuum function price will be separately. When you ask the price, you have to tell us all the details, so it is better that way. The price will be more accurate. And on the window, this one does not have light. We said it's got inside light. So this one's door window do not have light. It's got a little window swiper. So during the test, you want to see what is inside. You just remove this wiper, then you're able to see what is going on inside. Like normal, this one is made differently, but we can also add on an emergency stop. This one's got the power and the light on and off. And all the controls is here. And next one is the UV chamber. We all know UV chamber have 2 types. One is the tower type, the other one is the box type. We call it the box type. Box type looks like this one. Okay, it's got emergency, alarm, power on, off, and USB. Let's open and see. We did run tests before we put the machine inside the showroom. You can see there's water on the shelf, water on the racks. And this one is the customer made because they want to test the 这个东西叫什么来着？电子计叫什么来着 ？Electronic meter, something like that. And then they need to connect with many samples. So they told us to make 2 sample holes, which means they can put about, I think about between 15 to 20 pieces of them. So all the light is on top. There are 8, and it's got condensation, water spray, and lightning function. And you can see the blackboard. We made it separate, and you can see the sensor for the light testing. You can adjust the light. Again, all the control is on the panel. No other extra buttons need to be added. Okay. And this one is the small chamber, standard, very, not the smallest. The smallest we can do is 80 or 50 liter. But 80 and 50 liter price is not that much due to the, okay, we cannot see the inside, due to the instrument groups. For example, you need the condenser, compressor, oil separator, all these little pipes. No matter the 50 liter or 80 liter or 100 liter, all the sets is fixed. We cannot change the sets size. So which means the outer size will be all similar, not too much difference. Again, on the panel side is a stop, emergency stop, and the power. On the top also got alarm lights. Green is running, yellow is standby, red light is alarm. This one's inside, outside is same with the other 1000 liter machine. See, inside got a test hole. Down on the corner is the temperature and the humidity sensor. And here is all the racks stopper. You see, you can count, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shelves you can put, but remember, the distance between here, 这里是多宽你知道不？人走掉了，好吧？ The distance between here can be designed in case you need to put many samples in all the between shelves. Just in case you need many samples or you need a bigger size, we can always negotiate. Okay, inside is the 304 stainless steel. All 304 stainless steel. Outside is the spray paint. This one's water tank is inner. Open like this. Then you put water here. Okay. Goes in. This one's inside do not have light. Okay. Light is here on top. Well, we do accept OEM service if you need any. And this little instrument group here is for below 120 degrees. And it needs 3 compressors, all from French. All this wire pipe is copper. Okay, is copper. You can see below 120 need 3 compressors. One is working, the other 2 is supporting the first working one. So the temperature able can reach below 120. If you need only below 40, then one compressor is enough. If it's a 2 compressor, can reach below 70. If it's below 120, you need 3. If you need even lower than 120, then you need氮气，我不会讲了。Okay, Here is the IPX water test, or rainfall, or rain test, or waterproof. Here we got 3 and 4, which is the open type. Got the little 2 blocks to hold the swing tubes. This swing tube is 800 diameter, and the control is here. You see, we made all the controls easy. One is power, one is emergency. Then all the machines have USB. Even I do not show you all the USB's connections, but they all have USB. And all the control, all the program, all the temperature, water flow, all the settings are done here. No other extra control needed. Now here is the degree. You can see when the swing tube is moving, you can adjust on the panel, which we have a video to show, not in my video, the other videos. And because it's open type, 3, 4, and this 1, 2, they can share one turntable. 这个尺寸是多大的？还记得不？1.2米。Okay, we made this turntable is 1.2 meter diameter, and you can see the detail. All is 304 stainless steel, and this one you can connect the power for sample testing. For your samples, not for our machine, for your samples, in case they need the power supply during the test. And they got the caster wheels, which is movable. And in our showroom, we do not put the wheels on the testing machines, even the control panel, but it can always adjust it. Everything can be on wheels. Okay, and this one is the IPX12 water spray test device. Here is the on top of the water dripping board. This got 4 holes where water going inside, and you just need to connect the water pipe with this little orange pipe. And at the bottom, there, because of the size is 1 meter by 1 meter, so 1 meter by 1 meter need 249 needles. Needles looks like this. Because the laser machine cannot cut this each hole by laser machine, so all these holes is drilled by hand from our staff one by one. Because laser machine cannot make the lines inside the hole, and this little needle need to turn inside. Laser machine cannot make those lines. See, that is why for this 1 square meter dripping board need 5 days of the working time just for the water board. Then when you do the test, just move the turntable to this 1, 2 test device, put it on the bottom, then make it running. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, they can share one control panel, which is here. And most of customers, when they buy the rainfall test machines, they will buy it from 1 to up to 6. We have, and of course, you can make the 1, 2, and 3, 4 into one machine, or 1, 2 into one machine. I mean, the inside the one chamber, and the 3, 4 into one chamber. But the sample size will be limited because we all know the swing tube size is limit of the sample size. So if we put the swing type inside the box, inside the chamber, limit all closed space, which means the biggest size you can make is up to 1.2 meter, which means the diameter of the swing tube will be 600. So your sample will be even smaller, maybe 500 So will be limited sample size, but for the open type, you do not worry about that. For open type, the swing tube able to make up to 1.6 meter diameter, which means it is 1.6, which means it's 3.2 meter. And here showroom we made a IPX8, which is a deep sea water test. Deep sea means it's got water and high pressure. High pressure, this machine, we made it simulate 50 meter. And most of the products on the market, they are doing button type. Here, they will put the one button for pressure, one button for water, or all the other adjustment. But we use the control panel. So it's easy to see, easy to manage, and it's looking beautifully, unlike the button type. And here you need the cylinder to open up the lid. And we also use the chain. We do not put here, we use the chain to hold on here. Just in case, when someone after using the machine, the pressure is still high inside, but they forgot to lose the air inside, to lose the pressure with the top release valve. So we did have one accident with the customer. The tank lid flew up to the sky, then hung there, never fall off. So we can put that chain, is no extra charge. And you see we use these functions to lock the lid. You put up, you turn, then it's lockable. We made a special, what do you call this thing? I mean the lid. Okay. 哦，扶一下，这一个在上面，一个在下面。One is on top, and the other is fixed at the bottom. So in this case, the lid will never fly away. It's more safer. And with this little instrument, this little helper, if the testing is who doing the test is ladies,